Our story begins with the foolish mock knight Dagonet and the knight Sir Tristram.
Why are you skipping, fool?
But wait, let's jump back to where it all began. Arthur and Lancelot had gone out riding one day when they heard what sounded like a baby crying.
Lancelot, look! Is there a baby up in that eagle's nest? I think it is. You want me to climb up there and get it? That would be a great gift for Guinevere.
Arthur and Lancelot took the child back to Queen Guinevere, who named the baby Nestling. Unfortunately, Guinevere wasn't exactly the mother of the year, so the baby died.
Use these jewels from the innocent baby as a prize for a tournament.
May the child rest in peace. Hey, speaking of jewelry, how come you aren't wearing that diamond necklace Lancelot won for you?
I lost those things as soon as I got it. Those jewels came from my innocent child. Hopefully they'll go to the purest knight, and he might even be good enough for one of my purest maids.
Later that same day, a man staggered into Arthur's hall. He was starved and badly injured. His nose had been broken, he was missing an eye, and one of his hands had been mangled.
Who clawed your face? A beast? A man? Who was it?
He took them to his tower. Some said he was a knight of your table. The Red Knight took 100 good men. When I called your name for help, I was beaten. I would have been killed, but he gave me a message to deliver to you. He said,
"Tell your king that I've made my own round table in the north. Everything his knights have promised, mine have promised the opposite. My tower is full of prostitutes, much like his, but mine are better because they don't pretend to be someone they are not. All my knights are cheaters, like his, but mine don't lie about what they are. His time is up. Bad men are coming. Your king's weapons are useless."
Tend to this man as if he were royalty until he is healed. This enemy has been quiet for many years, but now criminals are joining him as if he was their king. My young knights must join in. Lancelot will rule my place. Is that okay?
It's fine, but it would be better if you stayed and left me in charge of the younger knights. However, if that's what you want, then it's fine.
Is it actually fine? Am I just seeing things, or are my knights losing loyalty? Will my kingdom return to being controlled by beasts?
Before Lancelot had time to respond, Arthur gathered his young knights and left. Queen Guinevere saw them walking by as she was sewing a tapestry. Then she remembered something that Marlin had said.
"Show me the man who knows everything. That Arthur, he's gonna get himself into a bigger and bigger mess. I'm telling you, Guinevere, it's gonna happen." It was the morning of the tournament. Some mocked the whole event by calling it the Tournament of the Dead Innocent. Lancelot had been kept awake all night by Arthur's words, but he got out of bed nonetheless and made his way to the hall.
Knights clashed and fell from their horses, like leaves in the fall. Those who had been defeated watched the cheating from the sidelines.
Curse the king and his dead child!
A new knight appeared on the battlefield. He somehow managed to carry a spear, a harp, and a bugle all at once. This was the knight known as Tristram. Sorry I'm late. I just got back from Brittany. I don't know if you've heard, but I've just been married to Isolde the White.
Hello, Sir Tristram of the Woods.
Shame. Do these women have any faith in the men who swear to love them? The Round Table is no longer full of glory.
Did you really win? Are you really the best? What are you gonna do with this anyways?
You gave me this as if I need it. Let the queen live out her fantasy. We've been brave, but we mainly use our skills for fighting for our king. Lancelot, you're Arthur's right-hand man. But you haven't shaped the world either. Be happy with your queen like I am with mine. Ladies, my queen's not in attendance today.
Courtesy's gone, and the round table has lost its honor.
Out of nowhere, it began to rain hard and loud.
Praise the patient saints, our one-day innocence is gone, like someone was dragged with the skirt. So be it. The single snowdrop flowing through a year could make the whole world blank. Come on, let the sad eyes grow to be happy. Our Queen and Lancelot will bring out all the knights and bring color.
There was a feast at the end of the tournament. Most people were happy, dancing, telling stories, but Guinevere was upset with Tristram and the other knights who had cheated. She sat above the party for a while, but the party ended early. Now that you've been caught up, we can pick up from where we left off.
Why are you skipping, fool?
For lack of talking to someone smarter, I think that people who say everything with wit and sarcasm make the world rotten. Perhaps skipping and being happy makes me the smartest knight of all.
You're a fool for skipping or dancing without any music. Why won't you dance to my music?
I would dance to music in my head for 20 years before I would dance to music that someone else plays.
Come on, Dagonet. Why won't you dance to my music?
You're going against Arthur's morals by cheating on your wife with Queen Isolde.
Keep those thoughts and accusations in your head. When I came here, the terrible war was already over. It's a waste of time to try and reason with you because you're a fool. Dagonet, you're in a sour mood, but just listen to my music and you'll hear that everything I play has a truth to it. Free love and free field. We love while we can. The woods are quiet, their music is gone. All the leaves are dead. And the yearning died. With a new leaf comes a new life. The days of coldness are over. With a new life comes new love. To fit a newer day, new love is sweet compared to the ones before. Free love and field, we love while we can. You could have at least danced slowly to my music instead of standing still. I made it in the woods, and I've heard it ring true as praise.
Friend, did you see that fountain yesterday filled with wine? People sat around it with golden cups ready to hand out the wine to whoever came. One of the 12 young women dressed in white handed me a cup and told me to drink. The cup was gold, but the drink was mud.
Was the wine dirtier than your insults? Has all laughter left you? You don't talk about how knighthood teases you. Fear God and honor the king. He's God's only true knight because he's the only one who truly honors his vows. When the king made you a knight, you became selfish. It forced the fear out of your heart, which left you less than a fool and less than a peasant. It has left you to become nothing at all. But I still see you as a peasant because I've given you pearls even though you have no status.
You throw rubies around my neck in place of hers. I will hold a last bit of music since I do not care about your pearls. A peasant? Experience has wronged me and I have had my days and my beliefs. Thank God I am King Arthur's fool. Nothing, you say? Peasants, goats, donkeys, rams, and geese walked around a harpist once who played just like you, who made nice songs, but was never a king's fool.
Then there were pigs, goats, donkeys, and geese, the wiser fools. Seeing Paynim had mastered the mystery, he realized that he could take his wife right out of the devil's place.
The dry winter had one down and get down, and two more a helpful man that won downward. Do they know the star that we call Arthur up in heaven?
Hey, fool! When the king won, all the knights spread his name to all the lands with honor and respect.
Yes, and when the land was fixed, you set yourself up to talk to him, all to show off your intelligence. And whether he was a king from respect or right, you talked and got so witty that you started playing at ducks with Arthur's vows in the lake of fire. Do you see it? Do you see the star?
No, fool. Not out in daylight.
No, I don't see it or hear it either. It makes silent music. Arthur and I can hear it, and then we dance.
You speak of treason. Is the king your brother?
Yes, my foolish brother, the king of fools. He thinks he is God, able to change man from beast. Long live the king of fools.
Dagonet went dancing away into the city as Tristram rode west toward Lyonesse. Although the face of Queen Isolde was flying through his mind, he kept a close watch on the woods near him. Tristram rode from land to land until he arrived at a cabin he had built for summers with Queen Isolde. They had lived there together for a while until Mark came and took Isolde away. Tristram didn't speak about it out of shame, but he did spend his time plotting against Mark.
What have I done? I went overseas with nothing but a name. There's not a doubt in my mind that she loves me. No, the problem is I don't truly love her. Leaving her behind in Brittany was just as easy as marrying her. I knew that Queen Isolde would pull me back to her eventually.
Slept, he began to dream. He dreamed he was pacing between Queen Isolde and his bride, showing them the ruby. They both tried to grab it from him, and Isolde the White was holding on so tightly it was cutting her.
Look, she's bleeding. It's not a ruby, it's just frozen blood. It's melting while she's holding it. You're holding it with bad intentions, but I gave it to you cool and like a white flower. And now she's run away like a child.
Tristram then began to dream of Arthur riding through the forest with a group of knights. The doors of the tower opened and a violent battle began. Arthur rode through the chaos to confront the Red Knight.
You'll go to hell. Are you not a close-hearted king who took manhood from the world? A woman worshiper? The brother of my lover was killed. She went through a hard time and was close-hearted too. The scorpion of death will sting its victims. I was a knight and fought. Are you even a king? Look at yourself.
Why are you crying?
My husband has left me or is dead.
You should stop that, because if he came back and you were crying like that, he wouldn't think you were very beautiful now, would he? With that, Tristram left and continued on his journey. At last, he heard Mark's dogs barking and urged his horse to gallop even faster. Surprise!
Not Mark, my soul. The footsteps worried me at first. Oh, not Mark. Mark sneaks around the castle like a cat, but you confidently walk through these halls like a warrior. He hates you as much as I hate him. I felt my hatred for Mark rise, and I knew that you had arrived.
I'm here. Let me be Mark, seeing as he's not worthy.
Can Mark be wronged? Have you met him? He left for a 3-day hunting trip and should return in about an hour. That's Mark's way. You can't stay to eat or drink with Mark because he hates you even more than he fears you. When you pass by any forest, keep your helmet on in case an arrow should hit you and leave me all alone with Mark. And hell, my God, the measure of my hate for Mark equals the measure of my love for you. I hear you've been a wanderer too? I was perfectly fine with having this affair with you, but now you have someone else on the side? What woman have you kneeled to at last?
You're my most loved queen, and the most beautiful. More beautiful than when you arrived from Linus from Ireland.
Don't flatter me. Isn't our queen 3 times as beautiful?
Her beauty is her beauty, and yours is yours. Yours means more to me. Soft, gracious, kind. Except when Mark is with you. Guinevere is arrogant even to Lancelot. I've seen him pale enough to make you question if the queen ever loved him.
Then you're a false hunter and a false harper. You who breaks through the doubts of my marriage, calls me your lover, and tells me that Guinevere has sinned against the king? And I, inappropriately married with such a want for you, can hardly sin against Mark.
Oh, comfort my soul. If this is sweet, if there is comfort here, if we're sinners, we will be crowned for the sin that made us happy. But look at how you greet me. Fear, fault, and doubt? Not even any mention of your yearnings and sweet memories of me in the year I've been away.
I had forgotten my happiness to see you. Yearnings? Yes. Hour after hour here in the never-ending afternoon, the far western seas seemed sweeter than all memories of you, and deeper than any yearnings for you, as I watched them from this tower. If Isolde of Britain had ran in front of Isolde of Brittany on the beach, would that have ruined her wedding? Married her? Fought in her father's battles? The king was filled with gratitude. She, who shared my name, who healed your wounds in your heart, can I wish her any harm just for knowing you? You've left her as well to pine for you and waste away in memories. If I were not Mark's wife, by whom all men appear noble in comparison, I would hate you more than love you.
God bless Isolde, she loved me well. But did I love her? I only loved her name. I fought the king's battles for Isolde. The night was dark after the sunset, but the name Isolde brought me light. I don't care for her. She's patient, prayerful, and weak. She will give herself to God.
Yes, and why not me? I have the greater need. I'm not meek, scared, or prayerful. Let me tell you now. One quiet, dark summer night, I sat here, lonely, thinking of you. I was murmuring a song I had heard you sing, and said your name once or twice. There was a flash of lightning, and next to me stood, in fuming blue and green clouds, Mark.
He has married her.
There was a great roar from the sky that shook the tower, and I fainted. I awoke in the darkness and cried, I will run away and give myself to God. You were lying in your new wife's arms.
May God be with you, even when you're old, gray, and ugly.
May God be with you when you are old and I no longer love you. I need God now. Lancelot would never say anything so nasty. He's a greater man than you, Tristram. You are always out fighting beasts, except when you're playing your harp. But you have become a beast yourself. How dare you push me away from you and your love? Take it back. You should flatter me instead. I'm so weak. My marriage with Mark is broken and I live in hate and solitude. I would accept lies like sweet wine. Lie to me and I will believe you. Will you not lie, not swear? Swear as you kneel there, just as solemnly as when you swore to the king. My God, there used to be power in vows when men believed the king. They did not lie when they swore and throw away their vows. The king won and made his realm. Swear to me that you will love me even when I am old, gray-haired, past desire, and in despair.
Vows? Did you keep your vow to Mark any more than I kept mine? Lied, you say? No, but I learned the bond that binds too strictly breaks itself. My knightlyhood taught me this after being broken. We run more against the soul than if we had never sworn. I will swear no more. I swore once to the King Arthur, but now I give up. Once at the height of his power, I honored him, believed him to be more than man. I rode with him and witnessed his victory. His hair shone like the sun, his eyes were a steel blue, and his golden beard covered his lips with light. Even more, there was the weird legend of his birth and Merlin's mystical predictions of his death that amazed me, so I swore. His foot was on a stool shaped like a dragon, and he seemed like Michael trampling Satan, so I swore. But this, the wholesome madness of an hour, soon passed. They served their use for a while for every knight. Every knight saw Arthur as a god. He did the mightiest deeds and built the realm. Then their vows began to make the knights bolder. They began to ask why Arthur had the authority to bind them to him. Did he fall from heaven? Did he wash up on shore? They were unable to trace his family through the blood of the old kings. How could a lord of doubtful origins bind them by vows that could not be broken? What can Arthur do for me? Can he make me as pure as a child, keep me from saying what I hear, or bind me to himself? The whole world laughs at it. We are not angels here, and never will be. My vows are mocked even by nature. We love while we can, and my love for you is great because I'm only bounded by love.
Good. I gave my love for you to someone 3 times as kind. Courtesy wins women just as much as valor might. But the man with both is perfect. He is Lancelot. He is taller, brighter, and more handsome than you. Say I love this knight of all knights and cast you to the side. What would you say to that?
Tristram thought of the beautiful necklace he had brought to give her. This gave him an idea.
Let's stop arguing and eat. I'm hungry and a bit angry. Bring us meat and wine, and I'll love you beyond death. Yes, yes, oh yes, the wind that bends the briar. A star in heaven, a star within the ocean. Yes, yes, oh yes, a star was my desire. One was far apart, and one was near. Yes, yes, oh yes, the wind that blew the grass. One star was water, one star was fire. One will shine forever, and one will pass. Yes, yes, oh yes, the winds that move the ocean.
It's the necklace of some new kingdom made just for you, so hold it above your peers.
No, my queen, it's the red fruit grown on a magical oak tree in heaven. I won it as a tournament prize, and I bring it to you as my last love and peace offering.
I'm your fool and I will never make you smile again.
And thus ends the story of the last tournament.